Shabbat shalom to you, KLS, Shabbat shalom to all our friends all over the United Kingdom and beyond its borders. Shabbat shalom to this very special, one of the highlights of a KLS month, which is the family service with our Beiteinu students who will lead us in prayers. And I hand it over to Vince for the morning songs. Sorry.
Okay. We're going to begin with Ma Tovo. And we got one more song before we start the service. It's a waking up song. It's called Modeh Ani. I'll tell you what the words say in English before we sing it. Modeh Ani lefanecha. Ani, I'm grateful to you. Melech chai v'chayam. I'm going to say that can translate as everlasting God or God of everything. Shehechizata binishmati, because you've given me back my soul. When I wake up, I've woken up and I'm still me. That's really great. Shehechizata binishmati b'chemla, you've given me back my soul, and that was a kind thing to do. Rabba amunatecha, huge trustfulness from you. And that's saying, I appreciate that you've given me back my soul. You trust me to be me. You trust me to help continue the work of creation. You trust me to do something good every day. Rabba emuna techa. What a huge trust you put in me. And those Hebrew words might be a bit difficult. There's some easier words. I'll sing them and then you sing them back to me. Da, 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 da. That was easy enough. And you go da 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 da. And if you can't do that, you haven't really woken up yet. It's a test to see whether you're awake. Da 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 you. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. No te anima fanecha.
Blessed are you, eternal one, our God, for the benefits of technology so that we can remain connected through these difficult times.
Blessed are you, eternal God, for freedom of speech so we can speak up for what we believe.
Blessed are you, eternal our God, for keeping my family safe and healthy during these times.
Blessed are you, eternal our God, for living in a time of peace.
Blessed are you, eternal God, for clean water to drink.
A prayer for Shabbat. My God, I thank you for my life, body and soul. Help me realize that I am something new, someone who never existed before, someone original and unique in the world.
Russell. And you're on mute.
My God, I thank you for my life, body and soul. Help me to realize that I am something new, someone who never existed before, someone original in the world. For if there had been someone like me, there would have been no need for me to exist. Blessed are you, eternal our God, who formed the human body to live in this world.
Amen. I loved your morning blessings, guys. I really loved them. Can I ask you to send them to maybe all of them to Caroline, so we can actually put them on our social media, because it's such a wonderful way to start a day and to be thankful for what actually your own preoccupations in this day and age. I wanted to teach you a new song which is a morning meditation that was created by the Lubavitcher Rebbe. You know the Lubavitch, a branch of Judaism they're called ultra-Orthodox, or you know, the men in black we see sometimes. They have a very strong sense of spirituality. They used a lot of music. They say that we need to praise God not by being strict and really serious, but by laughing, by dancing, and by being happy. So the Lubavitcher Rebbe, who died in 1994, wrote this very simple sentence and yet very profound: "Areini mekabel alai et mitzvat habore ve'ahavta lerecha kamocha," which means "Areini mekabel alai," I accept upon myself, et mitzvat abore, the commandment of the Creator. And then you have this passage that we find in the Torah, ve'ahavta lerecha kamocha, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. And it's a very nice way also to start a day, just by repeating this sentence. It's a kind of directing your heart and your soul to the right direction, I think. So, and the music is not from the Lubavitcher Rebbe, the one I'm going to teach you. It's from to show you the diversity in the Jewish people. There's a rabbi in the United States that calls himself a kirtan rabbi, and kirtan is an instrument, music instrument that is used in India. And in India, they have this way of singing a bit as we do, when when we do Navatehila stuff, we repeat something, and it's kind of almost like a trance. You start, you repeat something, and I'm just going to ask you to repeat after me. It's very simple, and then we can do this as long as we want. Of course, we're not going to spend the whole service doing that, but it's a good way. Music, if you repeat the same musical sentence, then you feel the music coming into you and the message it conveys being part of you. Okay, so this is how it goes.
Everybody needs to unmute if you're going to be joining in, please.
Yes, please. Yes, yeah, very good. Yes. Okay, I will sing one sentence and then you repeat after me. Okay, it's very simple. הריני מקבל עליי, הריני מקבל עליי. Again, הריני מקבל עליי, הריני מקבל עליי. את מצוות הבורא, את מצוות הבורא. Okay, again. את מצוות הבורא, את מצוות הבורא. Then the last part. ואהבת לרעך כמוך, ואהבת לרעך כמוך. Again. ואהבת לרעך כמוך, ואהבת לרעך כמוך. So I'm going to sing each one once, and I want you to repeat after me, and I'm not going to sing when you sing. Okay, let's start again. הריני מקבל עליי,
הריני מקבל עליי,
את מצוות הבורא, ואהבת לרעך כמוך. Okay, so we're going to sing together the whole song twice for each sentence, and we sing together. הריני מקבל עליי, הריני מקבל עליי, את מצוות הבורא, את מצוות הבורא, ואהבת לרעך כמוך, ואהבת לרעך כמוך. And then we can sing it until it's really part of our body and soul, and it actually nourishes us the whole day. So I'm going to hand it over to Zach for the Shema and its blessing now.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvora. Baruch Adonai Hamvora Leolam Va'ed.
And the English? Zach?
We praise the one to whom our praise is due. Praise the one to whom our praise is due forever.
Rebecca?
Blessed are you, infinite power that we are, forming light and creating darkness, making harmony and creating chaos. You fill and embrace all things, guiding your universe as it evolves.
Rebecca, can you keep going, please?
In your compassion, you let the sun shine upon the earth and on all creatures that live here. In your goodness, you renew day after day the work of creation. All of your works are fashioned by your wisdom. The earth is full of your riches.
Thank you. So, you know, at the end of each bracha, you know, the bracha is a liturgical, is a prayer which starts by Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, and then you have the text which talks about the bracha, what's the subject of the bracha, and, and it ends with what we call in Hebrew a chatima. Chatima is a kind of conclusion. You know, in modern Hebrew, chotem means to sign something. You chotem, you sign. So it's the signature, if you want, of a blessing, of a bracha. And we can actually sometimes just say the blessing, the chatima, and it tells you exactly what it was about. So we have Alexandria and Nate for the two blessings before the Shema.
Baruch atah Adonai Yotzei Hamarot.
Come on now.
It's
Baruch
Nate here.
atah Adonai Habocher Bahamo Israel Bahava. We praise you, O God, in love. You have called your people Israel to serve you.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Eternal One is our God, the Eternal God is one.
Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'elam Va'ed. Praise be God's glorious majesty forever.
You're good, Dan. Wait.
Yeah, Ve'ahavta. Yeah.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohei ha'chabecha leva v'cha uvchol nushacha uvchon udcha v'ha'yadvarim ha'asher Anochim mitzah v'cha habyom al-leva v'cha.
Shinantam levanecha v'dabar tabam v'shivtecha v'veitecha uv'lachtecha v'derech uv'shechoch b'cha uv'ekumecha uv'kshartam v'ot al yadecha v'hayu v'totafot bein necha uv'tavtam al v'tuzot beitecha uv'isharecha.
Together now. Okay, let's lead it. I will lead it and you just follow me, okay? Leman tiskeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai viheitem kedoshim leloechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem eretz Mitzrayim Lihiyot lachem lelohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. So that prayer of the Shema is very, very important, you know, for us Jews. That's really the central prayer. And if there's only one prayer that you want to learn, the Shema is probably the most important one, the core of all the prayers in Judaism. Of course, the others are also important, but this one really summarizes exactly what we believe as Jews. Okay, mi chamocha, that's something that the children of Israel said when they crossed the Sea of Reeds, you know, in the book of Exodus, when they were leaving the land of Egypt. And we have a very nice song, and let's do it together. I've been waiting in the velvet sea, whoa, I've been waiting in the velvet sea, whoa, I've been waiting in the velvet sea, whoa, I've been waiting in the, I'll be waiting in the sea. I'll be waiting in the velvet sea. Oh, I'll be waiting in the velvet sea. Oh, I'll be waiting in the velvet sea. Oh, I'll be waiting in the. I'll be waiting in the sea. Amoha, Elim Adonai. Amoha, Nedava Kodesh, Lo Atilo, O Sefele, Dora Tehilot, O Sefele. I'll be waiting in the velvet sea. Whoa, I'll be waiting in the velvet sea. Whoa, I'll be waiting the velvet sea. Whoa, I'll be waiting in the. I've been waiting in the sea. Who's it?
Rebecca.
Ah.
Rebecca, can you do that again? Because I don't think you're near the microphone. We can't hear you at all.
Wait, you need to speak up.
Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
Good. Very good, Rebecca. Very good. So the Amidah is the next important prayer in the liturgy. We say it three times a day, and it means to stand. So if you want to stand, you can stand, but because it's COVID time and it's a bit different, you can also remain seated. So we'll sing it together. Adonai sefatai tiftar ufi yagi tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips, that my mouth shall declare your praise. Abigail?
Okay. No, okay, Rebecca, you're reading.
I stand on the shoulders of my family, of friends, of teachers, of strangers who themselves stand on the shoulders of people who stood on shoulders. Each generation of shoulders are rung on Jacob's ladder, reaching me up towards heaven, just beyond my grasp. Blessed are you, O intended of God, of the generation who came before me.
Jonah?
And you need to unmute yourself.
You have called me into life. You have given me the power to choose. You support me with the compassions and allow me to be compassionate to others. At each and every stage of my life, I give thanks to you for life. Blessed are you, eternal, the God of life.
Holy, 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 a spirit of generosity and kindliness. May we always be grateful for its presence. Holy, the moment of gratitude, the recognition of beauty, the search for the best in each. Let us sanctify the one that searches, and each small step achieved toward God. Blessed are you, O Eternal, the God of holiness.
Karina here?
Karina, you're reading now. You're mute at the moment.
Shabbat is a special day, set apart to be with family, set apart to be with friends, set apart to be with community, set apart for myself to rest and to think about my relationship with you. Blessed are you, O Eternal, who set Shabbat apart for your people.
Listen, O God, to the prayers of your people Israel, and the prayers of all peoples, young and old, here and there, Jews and non-Jews. Blessed are you, O Eternal, who listens to our prayers.
We give thanks that you, Eternal One, are our God, as you were the God of our ancestors. You are the rock of our lives, the power that shields us in every age. We thank and praise you for our lives, which are in your hand, for our souls, which are in your keeping, for the signs of your presence we encounter every day, and for your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night. We praise you, O God, source of goodness, to whom all thanks are due.
You are the source of all peace, peace of the heart, peace of the mind. You have revealed to us law of peace, kindness, blessing, and mercy. May your peace descend on us, on Israel, and on all peoples. Blessed are you, O Eternal, the source of peace.
So we usually finish the Amidah with Oseh Shalom Bimroma, may the one who have bring his peace from above to the earth, because the Amidah finishes with his blessing of eternal, the source of peace. Okay, so let's sing it together. Let's sing it together. Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al kol Israel, Ve'al kol bnei Adam. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al kol Israel. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al kol Israel. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al kol Israel. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al kol bnei Adam. Great, Shabbat Shalom. So I wanted to greet those who have joined us on the Facebook page. I don't have the names on the other platforms. So Shabbat Shalom to Carol Goldring, who is joining us from Toronto. And if you don't know Carol yet, she's the chair of the World Union for Progressive Judaism and a very, very good friend of us. Shabbat Shalom Alberto, Shabbat Shalom Meira as well, Sam, Deborah, Shabbat Shalom, Renee, okay, I don't know why I pressed it 3 times. And of course, there are all these names that I can't. And Louisa as well, Shabbat Shalom Louisa. It's always good to have our friends. So Craig, do you have other names on YouTube or Twitter? You haven't, okay. Natalia is here as well, Shabbat Shalom Natalia. So it's always good to know that we have so many good friends all over the world, and it's our pleasure to invite them and to welcome them into our family service of today. So who can tell me which weekly Torah portion is this Shabbat? Not the teachers, the students. Do you remember which Parashat HaShavua we're in?
Bit of a giveaway because it's on the prayer sheet right in front of you.
Exactly. Yes? I heard it.
Yitro, Exodus?
Yeah, it's Yitro. Exodus is the name of a book in which this parasha is. So Yitro is a very interesting character. Do you know who Yitro was? He was Moses' father-in-law. And it's repeated quite often, actually, in the portion I'm going to read to you. There's a connection. And Yitro wasn't Jewish. Yitro was, so Moses took a wife who was from another group of people, because in the Bible, the Jewish identity, you were Jewish when your father was Jewish. It's only later that you were Jewish by the mother, which is interesting how things can evolve. Huh? So this is a very important parasha in the Torah, because in this parasha you have the 10 Commandments. So one version of the 10 Commandments. You can find another version in the last book of the Torah. What's the name of the last book of Torah? Remind me? The 5th book. Aha.
Numbers?
Numbers is exactly in the middle. The last one. It starts with a D.
Deuteronomy?
Yes, Deuteronomy. Brilliant. Thank you. So in the book of Deuteronomy, you have another version of the 10 Commandments. And in this version, I never remember. So when there's a commandment about keeping Shabbat, you know what we sing on Erev Shabbat, Shamor v'zachor, Lecha Dodi, Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Shamor, Zachor are the beginning of the commandment to keep Shabbat in both versions of the 10 Commandments. And if I remember well, Shamor is the Exodus version and Zachor is the Deuteronomy version. I hope I didn't make a mistake, but you will forgive me for that. But I've decided not to talk to you about the 10 Commandments because that's something you probably already know quite well. I wanted to talk to you about a very specific passage of the book of Exodus, this parasha, and I have a little video for you, which I'm going to share now, which explains what's in this parasha. Okay, just need to share the. Oh, yeah, let's go say. Okay, so it's good apparently. Okay. Can you hear that?
No.
Okay, so there's probably an issue. I
I
need to
think you
share
have to press something like share computer audio in the settings.
Yes. Okay. Share computer audio. Allumer le son d'origine, optimiser pour le clip vidéo. Okay. Okay. Have you heard it?
No.
No. Oh
There's
gosh.
two boxes next to each other. There's usually share computer audio and optimize something.
Okay. Because I don't know why my Zoom is in French. Okay. Converser, enregistrer, information, désactiver, masquer, masquer. Okay. Okay. Allumer le son d'origine. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna stop my sharing now and maybe start again. Stop. Okay. So. Okay, I've got partager, share screen. Yes, share audio and optimize. Okay. But I think it was already. Oh. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm almost there. Bear with me a second. Where is it now? I've lost it. Okay. Okay, almost there. Almost there.
This week's Torah portion tells a story of when the Jews received the Ten Commandments. You know the Ten Commandments, right? Adonai is the only God. Don't worship idols. Don't take God's name in vain. Do keep Shabbat. Do honor your parents. Don't murder. Don't commit adultery. Don't steal. Don't lie. Don't covet. Yeah, those 10 Commandments that the Jews went to Mount Sinai to receive. Isn't it strange that this Parsha isn't named the 10 or Commandments or Sinai, and instead is named after Moses' father-in-law Yitro, Moses' non-Jewish father-in-law? This week begins with Yitro coming to see Moses and bringing along his whole family. What he finds is Moses working himself to exhaustion, trying to answer all of the questions that the people have and give all of the judgments to the Israelites. From morning to night, Moses judges the people. Who should get this lamb? Who is responsible for this slave's injury? How shall we split this portion of wheat? Morning, noon, and night, Moses is providing judgments. His father-in-law, Yitro, like all grandfathers, would like to see Moses spending a bit more time with his family. Now, he has two ways to try and fix this. The first, which is the easiest, is to lecture Moses on all of the reasons he should be spending more time with his family and less time at work. Moses probably would have felt guilty, promised to change his ways, and then nothing would have changed. Instead of lecturing Moses, Yitro looks at it from Moses' point of view. Moses knows that the people need to have someone helping them make these decisions, but can only see himself acting as the judge. Yitro offers another solution, a solution that meets the needs of Moses, Moses' family, and the Israelites. Yitro suggests to Moses that he set up a system of judges and courts. He tells him that men can be trained to make the decisions and help settle arguments. Moses sees that his father-in-law is making a wise suggestion and appoints judges to make the decisions about splitting a portion of wheat, taking responsibility for an injury, and ownership of a lamb. Then Moses was able to go back to his family and share the responsibility of judging with more in the community. This portion reminds us not only to pay attention to the big commandments, but to look for solutions before complaining to a friend about their behavior. Yitro didn't just complain to Moses, he offered a solution. Think about times when you wish someone would do something in a different way. Did you complain about what he was doing, or did you offer them a way to do it differently? This portion tells us that we have the responsibility to help others with suggestions rather than just complaints. How can you be a little bit more like Yitro?
Okay. Sorry, I'll be back. So that's a very good question, and it would just keep your thought for a moment, because I'm going to just read for you a few verses so you have a look at the scroll as well, a few verses of the portion. So before we do that, I will just read the English. So you had the main ideas of this portion. Oh gosh. And technology doesn't help. Where's my one? Okay, good. So it's taken from the 18th chapter of the book of Exodus, and it starts by, so there's a few questions. Yitro, depending how you want to pronounce it, sees what Moses does of the people, and this is what he says. And it came to pass on the next day that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses, or over Moses in Hebrew, from the morning to evening. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, "What is these things that you do to the people? Why do you sit by the people alone, and all the people stand by you from morning to evening?" That's a good question. Why are you doing what you're doing? And Moses said to his father-in-law, the instance is the father-in-law, because the people come to me to inquire of God. So it's got this very big mission. You want to know what God wants, so you go to Moses. When they have a matter, they come to me, and I judge between one another, and I make them know the statutes of God and his law. So basically is creating the law, because they are just in the desert, and they They're just learning how to become Jewish in the desert. They just left Egypt, and they still don't know how to apply all these laws. And Moses' father-in-law said to him, "The thing that you do is not good. You will certainly wear away both you and these people who are with you, for this thing is too heavy for you. You are not able to perform it yourself alone. It's too much. Sometimes we take on a task which is too much for us." So the solution given by Yitro is, listen to my voice, of course. I will give you a counsel. I will give you an advice. Represent the people before God, that you may bring the causes to God, so that the hierarchy is respected. And you shall choose out of all the people able men, such as people who fear God, men of truth, hating unjust gain, so people you can't actually buy, you can't bribe them, and place these people over the people to be a ruler, thousands and rulers, etc., etc. So basically what Yitro is doing in this passage is telling Moses, you can't do everything, you have to get some help. You have to establish a system that will allow you to do your job, but to be helped still. Right, okay, I'm going to share my screen now for the Torah portion. And I don't know if you can see it well enough.
So Joshua's going to do the prayer before reading as well.
Okay.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai. We say it together. Huh? The second one, we say it together.
Joshua's reading it. Joshua Dodds is reading this bit.
Okay.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bahar Banu Makol
Ha'amim
V'natan Lenu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. So you can see I will follow the text in Hebrew here. Vayehi mimochorat vayeshev Moshe lishpot et העם vayamod העם al Moshe min haboker ad ha'arev. ויחותן משה את כל אשר הוא עשה לעם ויאמר מה הדבר הזה אשר אתה עושה לעם מדוע אתה יושב לבדך וכל העם ניצב עליך מן בוקר עד הערב. ויאמר משה לחותנו כי יבוא אליי העם לדרוש אלוהים. Can you say the blessing after the Torah reading?
Aziza's reading this one.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you for the Torah blessing readers. I just wanted to use this passage in the Torah to reflect all together, as a community of learners at Beiteinu, you, the students, your parents, and your teachers, to ask two questions. And I really want to hear what you have to say about it. I mean, how do we use our time when we are in lockdown? How do you make the best use of our time? Most of us are stuck at home. Some of us can go out to work. Some of us have sadly also lost their jobs. But when we are at home, how do we use our time? And my second question is, how do we make sure when we are in lockdown, preoccupied by all the things we can't do or by our worries, how do we make sure that we look after those we love around us? So these are two questions, and I'm just throwing them away into this virtual synagogue. And if you have any idea, any things you'd like to share with us, and even those who are on Facebook, if you want to put some comments on Facebook, please do so. So do I have any idea? How do we use our time? How do we make the best use of our time? Yes, Alexandra?
You can spend time with your family or do some baking.
Oh, that's a very good idea. Yeah, you can bake, but you have to be careful and not to bake too much. But very good, yes. These moments you spend with your family doing something which we never have time to do, it's so precious, isn't it? And we can actually take some time together and do things, when your parents are going out, they're going into London or anywhere else, and they come home, they're tired, and now we can stay together. You spend the day in school, it's tiring because you have hours of classes and you have homeworks to do, and when we all come back home, we're all very tired, and it's very hard to find these moments, precious moments of, baking together. That's great. Thank you.
Noah, what was your blessing this morning? Because that's really significant as well.
Say it again. Or just say
Yeah, please.
Blessed are you, eternal one, our God, for the benefits of technology, so that we can remain connected through these difficult times.
Yeah, absolutely. A century ago, there was a pandemic like ours, the Spanish flu, which really disrupted the West and killed over 50 million people in the world, which much more than during the war, which was just ending at that moment. And they still managed to find ways to be together, but we're so lucky. We have this technology which allows us to be together, to call each other, to FaceTime your grandparents who can't visit you now. So it's very important to have this. And I know that Sandra, with a recent grandmother, can see a grandson very, very regularly thanks to technology. Of course, it's not the same than, holding the baby in your hands, but, it's better than nothing. But again, we have to control this. We have to be careful not to be overwhelmed by this. To have all the time connection on Zoom and FaceTime, it's tiring. I don't know, maybe I'm a bit old now, but I found it a bit tiring sometimes. So you also have to be able to switch off your computer and to take some me time and maybe to read, to listen to some music you love. Brilliant, thank you. Anyone else?
Now we have more time to bake challah on Friday.
Yes. When you go to Israel, so of course Shabbat starts, in the evening, but usually people have at least Friday afternoon free, or even sometimes the whole day of Friday free, so they can get ready for Shabbat, to cook, to bake the challah, to do the shopping, to do the cooking. And of course, it's very hard for us because Friday in Britain, because it's not a Jewish country, it's a day like any other. It's the start of the weekend, but it doesn't have the same. It's very hard to get ready for Shabbat on Friday. You're right, and we have a time to bake challah. So I've got, yes, please go on.
At school, we go to Mosaic, so we finish earlier on Fridays.
That's really good, yes. Yeah, that's really good. It's a very good school. Yeah, Mosaic is a good school. And so they give you enough time to get ready for Shabbat. So Meira on Facebook says that nurturing ourselves and others with the simple pleasures like cooking, walking the woodland, listening to bird songs, singing together, laughing together, absolutely all these little things that we never have time to do. And Sarah, you're right. Sometimes so much time gets absorbed by work. It's very difficult. And I guess for you who are learning from home, you have, your classes online, homework. Sometimes we need to be strict and to say, now I'm finishing, I'm sitting at my desk, but now it's over. My day is over. It's not easy. It's absolutely not easy. So going out for a walk is a good way to stop it. Rebecca says, recognizing that those of us who have good tech and lovely places to walk are the lucky ones. Yes. And try to think about those who don't have this and maybe having really tough times. So what can we do to help these people? In a way, yes, we have houses, we have access to internet, we have, and also in this part of London, it's gorgeous. It's really lovely. South London, it's very green, very green. Some people, I remember when I came to London in 10 years ago, I shared a little flat with two young couples. It was a nightmare, but sometimes you have to share flats because it's so expensive. And I was wondering, what would I have done if I'd been with them, with these two couples who were just awful. You don't choose your housemates, huh? So we're lucky to have a space. Sandra, yes?
Yeah, because of their going out for walks and being restricted, we've learned so much about the area where we've been living for the past 15 years without knowing. And we discovered there's a goose farm 10 minutes walk from our house. We had no idea it was there, for example.
Wow. Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. So that could be a nice walk for Beiteinu when we can come back together to go to the goose farm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, very nice. Yes, yes. So I have Sibyl playing your violin very inexpertly, but no one else is listening. Oh gosh, yeah, I'm sure you play beautifully, but yeah, you can play music and not bothering anyone. And Shannon, yes, the luxury of time. It's also something we can use to make sure that we love. We can show our love much. It's much easier. Okay, thank you. I think that was a very interesting conversation. How are we using our time in time of long lockdown to make sure that despite all the limitations, we will leave this time and this place stronger as human beings and stronger as a community. I think that's really something we need to keep thinking of. Right, so now we're reaching the end our service, and we have final prayers, bottom of page, end of a service booklet you all have with you. And we start with Joshua.
And all that has divided us will merge, and then compassion will be wedded to power. And then softness will come to a world that is often harsh and unkind.
Josh Weinstein.
And then both men and women will be gentle, and then both women and men will be strong, and then no person will be subject to another's will.
And then all will be free and rich and married, and then the greed of some will give way to needs of many, and then all will share equally in the earth's abundance.
Rachel, are you
Cameron.
here? She's not in the call anymore.
Sorry, I'm here.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. And then all will care for the sick and the weak and the old. And then all will nourish the young. And then all will cherish life's creatures.
And then all will live in harmony with each other and the earth. And then everywhere will be called Eden once again.
Thank you. Okay, so we are reaching now the moment of the Kaddish. And I'm going to read the list of the people we remember on this Shabbat. If I can find it again, I think it's here. Yes. So on this Shabbat, we remember Ray Levine, the mother of Sandra Levine, the mother-in-law of Paul, Buba to Karen Ruth, and great Buba to Lenny. We also remember Max Zussman, the father of Sybil Hickman, Eric Hickman, the husband of Sybil Hickman, Lisa Abramson, the mother of Judy Parrish and grandmother of Nicholas and Jonathan Parrish and Sarah Paulins. We also remember Sybil Maxson, the mother of Lisa Wormsey, and we remember Beryl Rodell, the mother of Miriam Rodell, a former member of KLS. Do you have any other names you would like to remind now? So Zichronam Livracha, may their memory be a blessing, and we say the Kaddish together, which is in your, if you have your prayer book with you on page 524. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, be'alma divarach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon v'yomechon, u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabba mevorach le'alam le'almei almaya. יתברר וישתבר ויתפאר ויתחומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה ברכו. לעילה מן כל ביחתה ושירתה, תוש בחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל בני אדם, ואמרו Amen. So before we sing Ma Yafeh Hayom, I think, Beiteinu, you are on half term from this week, and the following 2 weeks. Am I right? Okay.
Yeah, the next 2 weekends, and then there's Purim, so I'll be sending details of all of that to the parents the next next week, so that we can start to prepare for it.
Yes. Okay, good. So we will do Purim on the Shabbat morning, which will be on the 27th of February. So instead of having a service, a regular Shabbat service, we'll do a Purim. So we'll have 3 main things for this Purim, plus music, of course. We will have a rhyme version of the Megillat Esther, a rhyme version of the story of Purim. We will have a Purim Island disc led by Sandra. You know, Sandra does this, I think it's brilliant. She invites from time to time people who, like what's a Desert Island disc, you know, this, it's a very intimate, it's on the BBC, yeah? It's on the BBC. It's really great. You have someone coming and talking about themselves and the music they love, etc. And it creates a very nice atmosphere. And Sandra started this at KLS some time ago already. I don't remember when.
Maybe about 5 or 6 years, I think.
Okay.
And we used to do it on the 4th Friday night of the month when we were in the building.
Yeah. So, but we will come back to that. And this year we have decided to invite Queen Vashti. Queen Vashti, you know, with the first wife of the king Ahasuerus, who is kicked out by the king very early on, and we don't know very much what she thought about it. So we want to invite Queen Vashti, which will be played by Rebecca Zingelmein. She will be a very strong and feisty Queen Vashti. And then we'll have a Beidin. You know what a Beidin is? It's a group of 3 rabbis coming together. So we have Batei Din to discuss, you know, the Jewish status of someone when someone converts, except marriage, more divorce, not marriage, the status. And we will have a Beiteinu of 3 Beiteinu students who will judge the wicked Haman. You know, Haman was so nasty to the Jewish people at the time of Esther. And Haman, Rabbi Janet has agreed to play Haman. It's great because she will be a very good Haman. And you know the punishment? Well, the punishment will be no dessert on Purim. So she will have to defend her case if she wants to get some dessert on Purim. And of course, we will bring some Purim songs as well, so we can have a nice morning together. Right. Any other? So that's Beiteinu communication. I hope you have some relaxing time ahead of you, and you need to relax as well. If you can, you know, just take some time and breathe. And I'll see you actually in a couple of weeks now, and 3 weeks now. So we'll finish now with Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. How great, how beautiful is this day, Shabbat Shalom. It's very easy, and we can all sing this together.
If everyone can unmute to sing along, that would be lovely.
Yes. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom.
So we have the Kiddush. Is it now, Craig?
No.
Okay. So stay here for the Kiddush. And where is my glass? I see it. Okay. So we are going to say the Kiddush together.
Stay.